Hey guys, I just got back from the butterfly world and look what I got. I got a giant swallowtail chrysalis, which is the pupa or pupae, how you call it. The proper name is chrysalis. That's the last stage they become before they become butterfly. That's the last stage. They have 4 stages. First they are eggs, then they are caterpillars, then they are chrysalis, which is this, and then they become butterflies. So this is the last stage, the chrysalis. Well, the last stage is the butterfly, but before they're gonna be coming out of this and become butterflies. Before this stage, they are caterpillars, and I show you the caterpillars I have because I bought this milkweed and they have already caterpillars on it. So these are monarch butterfly caterpillars. These are my favorite butterfly, giant swallowtails. These are big black butterflies with a yellow stripe on it or a beige stripe on their wing. Is my favorite butterflies. These are huge butterflies. They're like this big once they come out. Now I got them in this cup, the chrysalis, but once they come out, I don't want them to struggle around in this cup. So I put them in a proper butterfly cage because that's how you're supposed to raise them. And once they become butterfly, you release them back to the wild. I will tell you in a minute why we doing this and how you can help the ecosystem doing this. So these are monarch butterfly. You know, the orange one with the white dots and the black stripe. I have 3 caterpillars in here, and they are gorgeous. Here, see how cute it is. And there is another 2 in there. There is another 2. See, with the gorgeous white, yellow, black stripe. Now all they do in that stage is eat. And they eat a lot in that stage. That stage they don't eat anymore. I just put the plant in so when they become butterflies they can lay on something. So every butterfly has different host plant. The monarch like the milkweed. The giant swallowtail, my favorite butterfly, like the citrus trees. They like lemon trees, lime trees, grapefruit trees, everything citrus. They love laying their eggs on it. And then the eggs become caterpillars like this, and then they become chrysalis, and from the chrysalis they're gonna come out as butterfly. You're gonna open the zip and release them back to the wild. Obviously not in the room. I'm gonna put them outside and release them to my yard. I have zinnias and plenty flowers that they already like. Make sure when you release them to places where is plenty flowers that they like. So make sure you research what butterflies you get, because they come in a cup like this, but many butterflies. I chose the giant swallowtail because that's my favorite, and I bought the milkweed for the monarch, and it was already caterpillars in it. So now you see every butterfly like different plants. Now this milkweed, be very careful with this plant because it's highly toxic to cats and dogs. So if you have cats in the yard, if you have feral cats like me, if you have dogs running around in the yard, make sure you put this plant in a high table, and the table doesn't have any space to jump on, because if a cat chew this plant, they're gonna have highly toxic reaction. They can die from this. So if they eat this plant, they can vomit and go into all kinds of shock. So milkweed is a very toxic plant. So make sure that you don't put them around pets. Of course, this is in the cage because I'm raising these caterpillars now. And let me close it. Once they become butterflies, I'm gonna release them. So you see, my pets can't get them because it's in the cage. Fuck. I'm holding the phone so I can't close it fully. But why we do this? Why is it good to do this? I tell you why. Because 9 out of 10 butterflies don't survive in the wild. 9 out of 10 caterpillars, because once they are eggs or caterpillars, a lot of predators eat them and they never become butterflies. 9 out of 10 never become butterflies because the birds already get them, the lizards already get them. It's plenty predators that get them before they become butterflies. So that's why it's good to buy a butterfly cage like this This butterfly cage is not to keep butterflies in. It's just to raise them until become butterflies, and then you release them back to the wild. Obviously, you're not going to keep butterflies in that cage because that would be animal cruelty. So why you have these cages? So when you get the eggs, you take that leaf off, a few leaf, and like a cutting, or you bring in the whole plant, whatever you want. I bring in the whole plant, but you can just get a cutting like that, and you cut off with the egg. Few days later, they're gonna become little caterpillars like this, and they're gonna eat a lot. So make sure you have enough leaf and clean every day because they poop a lot as well. So many people just get the cuttings, put them on the floor with the caterpillars, and the caterpillars, all they do is just sitting around and eat, non-stop eating. They eat a lot of these. These 3 caterpillars probably gonna kill this plant in a week. That's how much they eat. But I have 2 other milkweed plants, so I make sure that they have enough food. If they're gonna eat all the leaves of this, I have another 2 plant outside. So so once then, so they become caterpillars and they walking around on the leaves and eat it, and then they're gonna go by themselves. They're gonna go on the top and they become like in a J form and start to form a chrysalis, which is that pupae or pupa. And that's the 3rd stage, and then in a few days or a week or 2 weeks, I don't know exactly how long, they're gonna come out of that chrysalis and become butterflies. And that's when you wait a few hours. Once they come out, you wait like 2 hours because their wing have to harden up. You wait like 2 hours, and then you take the cage outside. You open the zip, you put them on your hand and release them back to the wild. I'm gonna make a video of this. There's gonna be so much fun, and it's an awesome project to do with your kids because 9 out of 10 they never become butterflies. So in that way you can have the ecosystem, you can bring more butterflies in this world, and it's a fun project to watch them and monitor them. They don't need water or anything. You just have to know what butterfly you want because they have many. I just chose the giant swallowtail because that's my favorite. But they have monarch butterfly, they have peacock butterfly, they have plenty in the butterfly world. You can get them as a chrysalis. But just make sure you have the butterfly cage for them, and or if you want to keep them in that cup. I didn't because this is a huge butterfly, so once it's come out they would struggle in there trying to, it's too small because this butterfly is big like this and has a black wing with a yellow stripe or beige stripe on it. So it's my favorite butterfly. I love them. You can see on my previous video because they come to my yard sometime. And this one, monarch butterfly, they are in my yard every day. I just didn't have the milkweed for them to lay egg on. Now I have plenty milkweed outside, and I'm growing some more, but mine is too small, so I bought 3 of these plants. It was only $7, the milkweed. So yeah, I have them on my table. The cats can't reach it because the table is full of other plants, so there is no place for them to jump up because it's full with cucumbers and all the other plants. So I make sure the table is full so they can't go and chew the leaves because it's highly toxic, as I said. So yeah, just make sure that you choose the butterfly you like and get them as a chrysalis, put them in a butterfly cage or keep them in a cup until they become butterfly. What I did is, because they was on the lid, and I took the lid off with a chrysalis and taped the lid up there. You see, I taped it up there. So when they come out, they're gonna have plenty place to fly around before I release them. They don't have to struggle in that cup. You see? So that's the way to properly do it. But when you get them as a chrysalis, you can't really take them off and put them there because they can't move that stage. So I got them with the lid and taped it there. So yeah, they're gonna become butterflies within a week. And these ones, as a caterpillar, they're gonna become chrysalis like this. So once they're ready, they're gonna go up there, become a J form, and they start to become chrysalis like this. And once they're ready, they're gonna come out of that chrysalis, become butterfly, and then you release them too. So this is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to make a release video, and I'm gonna do this all the time. So you're gonna see plenty of this butterfly releasing and butterfly raising videos. So don't forget, this cage is not to keep butterflies, it's to raise them to become butterflies, so then you can release them back to the wild, because in the wild they don't survive. Many of them won't survive. The birds eat the caterpillars and eat the eggs. the lizards as well. So they have plenty predators, and 9 out of 10 times they don't survive in the wild. That's why we do this, to help the ecosystem, to make sure they survive, to become butterflies. And then once they become butterflies, that's when we release them back to the wild. And make sure where you release them, they have plenty of the flowers they like. I have plenty zinnias and marigolds in my yard that I grew, and I'm also growing other flowers. I'm making a whole flower bed for them. And I also have passion flower I bought in a butterfly world just today, because another butterfly species, which is the Gulf fritterary, which is called the passion butterfly, they liked passion flowers. So this one's like the citrus. This one, the giant swallowtail, like the citrus trees. This the monarch like the milkweed. The Gulf fritterary, which is the passion butterflies, they also orange like this, very similar to the monarch. They like passion flower, passion wine. So I bought passion flower for them. I bought milkweed for monarch, and I bought citrus for the giant swallowtail. So everybody have what they like, you see. But it's a very fun project. You can just choose one type of butterfly and just focus on them, or you can try different ones like I do. It's nice to do different species, because it's just so many different colors and so many different butterflies. They're so beautiful. So yeah, I will show you when they're ready to release, and you're gonna see. And it's so nice. You don't have to do anything. Just put the plant or the cutting in the cage. Let the caterpillars eat the leaf, and they eat plenty. So make sure you have enough. If you just get a cutting and put it in there, they're gonna eat it in a day. So make sure you have backup plants, because they eat a lot. And then you just change the paper towel, because they poop a lot as well as caterpillars. So if you don't want to put in the whole plant like I did, just want to put in a cutting and put it on the floor, and just let them walk around on the leaves and eat it, that's fine. That's what many people do. I like to put in the whole plant if I, but because I have 2 other plants outside. So you don't have to do anything. Just close this and observe them. And once they become butterflies, you release them. So you don't need to feed them, because they feed on that plant. You don't need to give them water or anything. You just have to let them become butterfly and then release them. That's all you do. Just monitor them and watch them. And it's such a fun project to see them become this chrysalis and then become gorgeous butterflies. And then you release them back to the wild. It's just such a fun project you can do with your family, with your kids, and or alone like I do. It's just so much fun. So yeah, I show you the release videos. I don't want to talk too much. So you will see when I release them. It's gonna be so much fun.